Okay, so I'm doing the corrections here on the Unit 9, which is actually Chapter 8 on rational functions. And the instructions were to say, said for questions 1 to 5, said state the domain, find the equations of the vertical asymptotes or coordinates of points of discontinuity, so pods, find the equation of the horizontal or slant asymptote, find the x and y intercepts, and then you were supposed to graph it. So I put a big graph here on it, and what I'm going to do is I'll do the work around the edges so we can do the graph. So the first thing it says, number 1, this is the equation. It was y equals x over x plus 3. So when I do that, I know that the bottom cannot be 0. So I'm going to say the domain is x does not equal negative 3, because x plus 3 on the denominator, set it equal to 0 and bring it over. Okay, the vertical asymptote. There's a vertical asymptote. The vertical asymptote was, again, it's the line that goes through negative 3. So if I were to draw that in, the vertical asymptote is about, here's negative 3. So I'm going to go, actually I got a better idea. I will draw it with this. And I will use red, and it will go there's the vertical asymptote right there. That's x equals negative 3. Okay, the next thing it says, find the equations, or any, there's no points of discontinuity there because nothing cancels out. So find the equation of the horizontal or slant asymptote. Well, if I looked at it here, this has a degree of 1 and this has a degree of 1. They're both 1. So I just look at the leading coefficients and make a fraction out of it. So the horizontal, that means you get a horizontal asymptote, and the y equals 1 divided by 1, which is 1. So y equals 1. And that one is right here. Y equals 1. Goes about right, oh, that's a bad drawing. These aren't perfect, but they're close enough. You get the feel through your sketches. There's y equals 1 there. Okay, and the last thing is find the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. Well, x-intercepts are going to be when y equals 0. So when will this fraction be 0? The fraction will be 0 when the top x equals 0. Well, if x equals 0, then the whole fraction is equal to 0 and y equals 0. So I got 0, 0. The y-intercepts, that's when x equals 0. And when x equals 0, I get y equals 0 on top and 3 on the bottom, which is 0. So I get 0, 0. And no surprise, the x-intercept and the y-intercept are the same in this particular case. So I'm going to put those down in I'm going to graph this thing in purple. So the x-intercept and y-intercept is right here. Okay? Now you can pick some points and calculate things, and it turns out the graph's going to go when you do that, so you can pick any number you want. If you put negative 1 in, for instance, you're going to get negative 1 on top, and you're going to get divided by 2 on bottom, that's negative a half. So at negative 1, you get negative a half right there. So this thing's going to go like this. That was kind of lame. It's going to go like that. Probably smoother like that. Okay, it's going to look like that. And then the other side, I'm not sure where to go. I'm not sure where to go over here. So I'm going to try negative 4 here. What does negative 4 give me? So I get negative 4 on top. Whoops. I get negative 4 on top. And on bottom I get negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. So I get 4. So I can go 1, negative 4, positive 4, that's about right here. Okay, so it's going to go like this. Now, so we got that graph. It's fantastic. Another way, instead of picking points, you could have said, okay, this asymptote came from x plus 3. X plus 3 is to the first power. Okay, that means if this is opening down or coming from the bottom, then this has to come from the top. Okay, because they have to be in opposite directions. And that was number 1.